Breast milk is our first nutritious drink for birth. There are many different opinions on how breast milk is created. You may have heard that breast milk is mother's blood and that we used to be little vampires. Is that true? Actually, the production of breast milk is not that cruel. Let me tell you the truth. To understand this, firstly, you must learn about mammary gland, an organ responsible for synthesizing milk. The mammary glands evolved from sweat glands and are located between the superficial layer and the deeper layer of the superficial fascia, which is a large and complex structure that fills the breast like a fruit-bearing vine. An adult woman's breast contains 15 to 20 lobes. Each lobe contains 20 to 40 lobules, and each lobule contains 10 to 100 alveoli. Milk is produced in these thousands of grape-like alveoli. The mammary epithelial cell region and epithelium alveoli are responsible for production of milk. Their cell membrane and organelle convert precursors transported by blood and interstitial fluid into milk ingredients and transport them to lumen. Each of them has a role to play and goes a toll way in production and transportation of milk. There are 5 pathways in total. The first is exocytosis, a process that synthesizes nutrients such as protein, lactose, and water that baby needs. The epithelial cell process and package their products, and transporters inside the factory bring the nutrients to the door and spill them into a lumen next door. The aqueous phase milk is mostly produced by exocytosis. Epithelial cells can not only synthesize proteins in breast milk internally through exocytosis, but also transport derived proteins into lumen externally through transcytosis. They deliver proteins from interstitium to the mammary cavity like transporters. Now, all transport processes are simple and rude. Unlike proteins, lipid synthesis and secretion is much gentler. Epithelial cells also synthesize fat. The fat they synthesize accumulates into large droplets that are transported to the gates, where they're carefully packed by the cell membrane to balls with a plasma membrane and delivered to lumen. Since a milk fat globule contains lipids inner and cellular components outer layer, they provide fat, phospholipids, and cholesterol to breastfed infants. In addition to essential nutrients such as proteins and lipids, breast milk also contains small molecules such as sodium, potassium, chlorine, and monosaccharide, which are beneficial to the health of infants. Membrane transport pathways are their main mode of transport. The membranes of epithelial cells have carriers which act as automatic doors to the outside, and only small molecules recognized by the carrier can pass through easily. However, many drugs enter milk by direct transfer. Therefore, mothers should be very cautious about drug intake during pregnancy. In special periods, the blood-milk barrier fails because of delayed formation or inflammatory damage. The paracellular pathway is opened. The tight junction that normally glues the epithelial cells together is separated and the cell-to-cell space is enlarged, allowing blood and interstitial material to enter mammary cavity unimpeded. This is how milk is produced, and for secretory processes other than paracellular pathway are synchronized. The various nutrients produced by these pathways bled into milk, which is almost entirely synthesized and secreted by the epithelial cells. As if you are now little vampires, of course, the composition of the milk is not fixed. Milk produced in the first 5 days after delivery is called colostrum. It is only 20 to 40 milliliters per day, but it's dense with nutrients. It's also known as natural vaccine as it's rich in immunoglobulin, which protects the baby from infections and diseases after leaving the womb. In addition, colostrum contains a large amount of vitamins, minerals, and proteins, meeting all the nutritional needs of the baby in the first days of life. From 6 to 14 days after delivery, colostrum is transformed into transitional milk. During this period, milk production surges to around 600 milliliters a day, and the content of fat and lactose rises, while the proportion of vitamin, minerals, and protein gradually decreases. 15 days after giving birth, milk evolves into its final form, mature milk. Mature milk has the highest yield, about 700 to 1000 milliliters per day. It is divided into fore milk and hind milk. Its composition also gradually stabilizes. Fore milk is watery and rich in water and protein, and hind milk is thick and rich in fat and lactose. Although production of breast milk is increasing, babies don't always eat it up. The remaining fresh breast milk is sucked out by the breast pump and starts to race against time on the way to going bad. Fresh breast milk can be kept for up to 4 hours at room temperature, 4 days under refrigeration, and up to half a year under frozen when it's not contaminated. Freshness and nutrients decrease with time of preservation, and the taste changes from slightly sweet to strongly milky. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy it.